Alright, what's up guys? How's everything? iIZFUEGO here. Today we're going to be doing a video on a topic that a lot of people have been asking about, questioning, hey, how is this able to be done? It seems so freaking hard. It doesn't look like it's going to be doable at all. You know, you get to that certain stage in TOAH, you're just like, god damn, I can't do it. There's nothing here. Like, it's too strong. Like, I can't do anything about it. Well, there is an answer, and I'm sure you know which stage we're talking about. We're talking about TOAH hard 56, and I did pass it, and I'm going to show you today how you're going to be able to do it if you farmed a certain monster. Now, a long time ago, there was a Hall of Heroes unit. It's going to be, give it a minute, sorry about it's going to be the Light Undying. Now, why is she so good? Well, it's because she doesn't really need much. All she needs is her third ability, which is basically a really strong effect. It removes up to 2 harmful effects on the target, and it makes you invincible for 3 turns. Now, you might be asking, hey, it's a 7-turn cooldown. Yes, I didn't skill it up. There was no need for me to skill it up because I have a Ganny. I was fortunate enough to get one, so I was able to refresh it all the time. Even then, you might be asking, hey, how is this unit powerful? Well, naturally, in Summoner's War, when a monster has attribute advantage, as long as there's no defense break on another unit, they will go for the monster that they have advantage of. Now, all of these units are neutral over here, but let's just say that we take this guy out, right? And actually, we're gonna be doing this one right here. It's just gonna, let me just arrange my team. Talk. You're here. Where are you? Where are you guys? It was him, and you, right? This was the team that I used to be. You guys might be like, yo, this is ridiculous. You have no damage. You have barely any dots. How were you able to beat it? Well, because all that they were doing were attracting themselves to this monster, right? Because of elemental advantage, they're gonna keep going for this unit. Granted that she's fast enough to put up her own buff, right? That's very important that you put her buff every single time, right? If she dies, the rest of your team wipes with this. You could put whatever runes you want. I put Despair Revenge because when they go for her, you have a chance to, you know, Despair stun them or Revenge Despair stun them, which you can't complain about that. It takes the load off of your Tyrant a lot more. Like, it's really hard to kind of stun everybody, freeze lock them, especially when Joltan is there to do damage based on his max HP. It's like 12%, right? And at this stage, right, he has about 80,000 HP. I would say, give or take, 80 to 85,000 HP. So you take about 9,000, 10,000 damage once you crit him. Now, I intentionally made my crit rate lower on my Beretta and my Tyrant so that they don't exactly get hit with that cheese as often. However, the crit buffs that they get from their first kill is really problematic. It really just it hurts them. It hurts them a lot more than it helps them. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go on ahead and try the stage out again. We're gonna go through the first couple of stages. I'm probably gonna clip the next part right over here, but I'm just gonna go through it anyway, just in case this is not edited. Just hit this right here. It's gonna be a while for this video, right? But for the first for the first 2 parts of the stages, you can pretty much go however you want. It's, you know, it's not necessarily hard. You can just dot your way. You can stun. You can do whatever you have to. Make sure you have CC readily available. I use my Tyrant most of the time so that he can CC the units. But both Tyrant and Beretta are on Despair. My bad. So that they're able to, you know, just take out the main threats, right? Basically letting them have a turn. That's basically what it is in TOAH. You don't want everyone to have a turn. Now, Talk is here just in case we actually have to heal. This is a very, 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 very slow team. So we're going to just probably go through this real fast. Again, like I said, I'm probably just going to fast forward it to another part of the video. So pardon the silence, but yeah, we're gonna go straight on to this part right here. Oh god, this is not good. Can we get the freeze? Yes, we can. Nice. Oh, we got everybody that time. That was really good. Wind. Oh, God. I'll save it. I'll save it for somebody. See, the Despair is really, really useful on this monster. Is very, very, very strong. You don't really even need to give her that much HP because she's not gonna die, right? The invincibility is gonna just prevent her from dying the entire time. Now, granted, you probably do have to put it on her for the first couple of minutes while you're in the stages, because if she does die beforehand, it's gonna be very, very hard for you to come back unless in your team you have a reviver or something like that. The real way to take this out is just to have a lot of dots, right? And make sure your Beretta is tanky, right? Because you're the only person who's going to be doing AoEs, especially to Jolton, are primarily Beretta, an attack bar decreaser, and your CC monster. So you gotta just make sure that they're fairly tanky. Make sure that they're not going to die right away. And like, don't make Tyrant one shot. If you don't have the HP substats for it, don't do this. Even then, Tyrant is really weak now, but I know that I have enough HP to get away with it, and that's the real reason why we're doing that. Let's get a stun. Sometimes the stun doesn't land. That's typical. It's a 25% chance. You can't really expect too much of it. But again, this is a really, really strong way, a very effective way at the very least, of how to just avoid that nonsense. It's just practical, you know. It's very practical to just go with the light undying route. Just let them hit her, keep refreshing. Now, let's just say you don't have a Ganymede. You're like, how does this work, right? You can just find a Mauve, max skill this monster, right? And then granted, you have to make her really fast, right? Because what you're going to need with that speed buff is about 210 speed. I think, is it 210 speed? You're going to need to lap them at least twice, right? So the speed buff plus the excess speed that you get from it, you're really gonna need to find a lot of speed for the Undying. If you don't have any skill ups and you're gonna plan on using Mauve, anything that reduces the cooltime of your monster is very good against an Undying, because it is fairly long. It's a very long cooldown if you don't have it maxed out. If you do have it maxed out, it's 5 turns. It's not necessarily super bad. It's not too much of a struggle, but it is a bit of a nuisance. So just make sure you have that handy on you, and you should be fine, right? Again, I was blessed with the Ganny, so no complaints there. Really, no complaints. But again, you can just go with this strategy if you're having problems. If you already did this video has nothing to do with you. You're probably just looking to see, oh, how did this guy beat it, right? It is very important at this stage to keep her invincibility up, because these dark, I was gonna call them dark Tarks. This is a funny name. These dark hellhounds will go for her, and they do a lot of damage, especially with the second skill. So you really just want to keep that in check. Make sure she's got that absolute defense. If you can't provoke at any point in time, definitely try. But see, again, it's not reliable. You want to make sure that you're alive for the entire thing. So just go, just try to have as much invincibility on her as possible. Ventilate or use your cooldown thing whenever you have it. It's very important that you do so. I'm going to increase the cooltime for you. I'm going to try to provoke you because you're about to die. Or you're closer to dying than the other monsters. Let's get this guy stunned. Very nice, very nice. See, the despair stuns, it works, guys. If you put her on despair stun, you won't have to worry so much about the Jolton stage. Stun again is very powerful. I highly recommend that people use that rune set. If you don't have a good set of runes for that, then it's okay. You can still use whatever you have as far as CC. Just again, make sure if you're using a Tyrant, don't have him level 35. It's really hard. He has to have really good runes in order for him to be useful and to not die during the stage. So it was kind of a close call the first time that I did it. We might not even be able to finish it this stage because RNG could be different. Again, that time I lost my Beretta. I lost my Tyrant. I even lost her because I got too greedy, but we ended up making it anyway. Barely with the skin of our teeth made it. And it's not going to be a problem for her if she has this invincibility, because she's not going to be using it as much, right? If she doesn't have it, I'm sorry. What I meant to say is that even if she starts to run out, you can use a skill reset. Again, Mauve works really well. It's very, very good against people who don't have the cooldowns and stuff like that. So we can go. Let's put some more dots. I should have refreshed him, but then again, you kind of want to play it safe. You want to make sure she has that invincibility. Just don't take any chances. Oh, that provoked. That might hurt. Let me see. We can do a hailstorm. We have a lot of turns before we even get close to beating them, so. Although I might be wrong on that, actually. Alright. Ventilate that. Let's reset you. We don't want those dots to apply. There we go. We're going to attack this guy so that we can get it again one more time. Absolute defense is amazing skill. And this is going to do the same thing for the other units, right? It's a very, very, very strong skill. I highly recommend you use this team. Well, not necessarily this team. You don't have to have a talk. You can have a basalt even. That works really well. It's a good counter to the passives and whatnot. And it's really strong, you know. There's no need to go absolutely crazy, but you see, they're just going for her. They're just going for her. Can't do nothing. The Jotans, if she revenges, she's not going to take damage, obviously. Look at that. Despair stuns for days. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oof. This is a tough choice. Hopefully, he gets it in time. I'm hoping he gets it in time, right? Nice. Very nice. Yeah, we can count on this. Yep, we got our hailstorm back. That's going to be alright. That's going to be really nice, actually. Nice. We got this. Alright, cool. So, the first thing you want to do... oh, he puts defense break naturally. He just stuns. That's all he does for his second skill. So, you're going to try to hit a Yeti, right? Unfortunately, he crit. That's okay, though. We're going to save this. We're going to save this ventilate, right? We're going to work on one person at a time. Beretta's more than likely going to crit, so... Oh, he didn't. Okay, not bad. Hopefully this guy doesn't crit either. He is infamous for critting. Alright, and we're going to just use absolute defense right now, right? Now, if you can provoke, do so as long as possible. It's really vitally necessary for you to do that. Alright, we're going to put more dots just to expedite the process. We know that we're going to be able to damage them as much as possible. Now, not necessarily, but see how it goes for the light units. Even though Beretta is closer to dying, it's very, very useful to have that. So, just if you can, do so. That stun was so clutch. Oh my god. Nice. The slow is actually really good, so I wouldn't increase the cooldown. The slower she is, the better it is for your team. It absolutely will be better for you. Because you don't want her to take too many turns. You want her to get ventilated or the cooldowns ASAP, right? As soon as possible, and for her to take as long as possible to get ready. So that's what it basically is, right? Let's just pop this defense just in case. And actually, we do not want to use this yet. Actually, hold up. Do we? We can, yeah, we can. She's gonna take another turn anyway, so we might as well. Alright, so she's got one turn left. We definitely need to use the ventilate on her next turn, right? So hopefully she's slow enough. Ventilate, there we go. And you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? Please don't provoke. Ah, he did. That's all good. That's all good. TOAH is built so that he can take a lot of damage, so I am not really worried about that in general. See, defense break, especially between these units, they are more likely to go for did I ever say Delphi? I meant the Light Undying, because now she has defense break, and on top of that, the AI is automatically going to be going for her because she is a light unit and they are dark. So there's no way, even if Beretta is half health, right, or 25% health, the AI is automatically going to go for the person with defense break. That's how Summoners War AI works. So we're going to be able to just rely on this more often. We're going to use absolute defense. There we go. And again, we're able to put more dots on, right? Now, we have to be careful because some of the dots landed, but now he's dying. We don't want him to kill himself anymore. We'll provoke you. There we go. We want you to die faster. Like, there we go. We got the slow off. Not bad. Okay, we got the stun. It's not bad either. That is not bad. We want them to take more turns, right? We want them to take more turns. Let's get the freeze on you. There we go. There we go. And then we can do this. Let's get our health up just a little bit. Not bad, not bad. See, it's a foolproof plan. I'm telling you guys, it works. Don't be afraid to try this. If you have a Light Undying, just follow the simple guide. Again, it does depend on the units that you have. If you do not have a Gani, obviously it's going to be a lot harder for this to work. But you should be able to rely on Mob's cooldown, assuming that you have this maxed out. This unit needs to be maxed out in order for it to work, because it reduces the cooltime by 2 turns. And you gotta really hope, you kind of have to bank on the fact that it's going to not overlap. Like, you have to control the attack bar along with it. But this is just basically a little tip. It's not necessarily like, oh, the go-to strategy in order to beat them. Like, you're automatically gonna win if you have a Light Undying. You have to know how to control the attack bar, obviously, and that's something that you just have to know with practice. But it's a easier way for you to use or an easier way for you to do TOA Hard 56 if you don't already have an idea on how to perform at that certain level. So it's a very useful monster, and now that I found out about it, oh, this guy about to die, but that's okay, cause ain't got no defense break on him, so that's good. That's very good. And you can waste these people's time, and it's so useful. It's so useful. Like, I think right now we're gonna put the last round of dots. Yep, and they are definitely dead. They are absolutely dead. You can do whatever you want against this unit. Oh, see, like, that's what I was saying about the random AI. Like, if you don't have a defense break, there is slightly a chance that at 25% HP that they're gonna go for your monsters. It's not a completely guaranteed system, right? There's a chance. There's a chance, and I'm sorry that I'm going all I'm speaking crazy, like I'm trying to go fast and trying to rush this. The Light Undying, yes, it does attract the dark monsters. They are more preference towards the light monsters if there is no defense break or if there are no killing conditions for the units, right? However, if there is one, for example, the Jolton is able to one-shot the Beretta, the AI will do that. It will clean up a unit if there is no defense break on another unit, because the defense break triggers it's like a sort of alarm to say, hey, this guy could get one shot, assuming there's no buffs and stuff like that on this unit. Let's go for that instead, right? It's going to be obviously easier if someone has a defense break to kill. The AI doesn't know that we have invincibility. So again, they're going to go for, I mean, it's provoked, so it wasn't going to go for it. But that is how you beat 56 with Light Undying. If you have the unit, congratulations, you might be lucky enough to pass 56. Hopefully, it gave you some tidbits of information. This is not the best explanation by far. I'm pretty sure there's a disclaimer in the beginning. I have very bad explanation. And guys, that's a word apparently, right? We're really bad at explaining. We're really bad at explaining how we do things. But basically, what you need to know is that you should control the attack bar as much as possible. If you have a Basalt, make him very tanky. Beretta is a must. absolutely you have, or like someone who does dots AoE, but don't really know. I don't really know too many units who do that. The water homunculus really works. Really works hand in hand with the with Beretta. So if you want to replace Tyron with the water homunculus, you can definitely do that. Leaving your team with a cooldown reduction unit, and then the light undying. So you can go Beretta, water homo, basalt, mauve, and light undying. That's your team right there. If you already have one. If not, you can find other units, mix and match. Just make sure that you have either skill ups if you're gonna use mauve, or if you have a Genny and you happen to have this light undying, congratulations, this is how you beat it. And thank you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little tutorial, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.